We falter, we fail, we are not perfect, we own our mistakes.
David Spraggs, his law enforcement career spans decades, including time as bomb squad commander, leading critical incident responses under some of the most high-pressure conditions imaginable.
Oftentimes we know that there are gaps or a lack of communication between the forward teams in the field and the UAS team. Don't reinvent the wheel. It's a community, and there are going to be significant advances providing just different parameters that we are not used to.
Welcome to Dronecast, rethinking public safety one drone at a time, a podcast by DroneSense. We explore real-world applications of drones in emergency response, offering a close examination of evolving trends in drone technology and its impact on public safety. I'm your host, Joe Kearns, Strategic Partnership Manager here at DroneSense. And hey, as you're listening, I'd love to hear from you. Maybe there's a story or a challenge from your own experience that resonates, or is there a topic you'd like me to cover in future episodes? Reach out to us on LinkedIn by searching for Dronecast, rethinking public safety one drone at a time, or visit DroneSense.com/Dronecast to share your thoughts. Your feedback helps shape the show, and you might just inspire our next episode. Now, let's dive into today's conversation on advancing public safety through drones. No, it's, we never want to make this like this episode talking about just tooting our own horn and all this stuff. But honestly, it is that powerful. And I think you and I both, we love to share this information with those. And it is such a problem solve. And it is just part of this community. And DroneSense really is built by those serving to serve public safety. And our whole team is made up with all these subject matter experts like yourself in all these different kind of roles and such. And even the early beginnings were our founders reaching out to Coit in Austin, right? It's really interesting. Now, we're talking about all these awesome stuff, and let's fast forward all the way to today, where you are the manager of customer success at DroneSense. Can you tell us what that role looks like day to day?
Well, it in a way, it feels like I'm in public safety still, right? I'm wearing many hats, and again, I'm really honored to serve our team and serve our customers. And what an incredible opportunity, because I get to work with my people, right? Police, fire, EMA, whomever is using DroneSense. I just feel like there's this kind of innate, deeper connection because I've lived their lives. I've been in their shoes, and it's really a really neat experience to have been a DroneSense customer for years and now joining the company. And then again, in the position I'm at now as the manager in customer success. So again, I run a team of customer success managers and learning and development specialists. My entire team, they're incredible. We just happen to be retired public safety, all of us, both from the fire service and LE. And, everyone has prior experience with DroneSense, a deep operational knowledge of program management from their time in public safety. So again, I'm working with my team, but I'm also a working supervisor. I have my own book of business. And as our company grows and scales, I am working deeply with our incredible account management team, our account executives, our product team, our engineering team. And one of my visions for the company, because everybody is so passionate about improving the product, is we want to make that end user experience, that UX, UI, the user experience, the user interface just better and more mission ready. So again, wearing a lot of different hats, but honored to serve fundamentally our customers with the company.
Yes, great. Now, and I know DroneSense is so honored to have you here, and you're such a resource that is just amazing. And something even I'm thinking about, I want to touch on is, when you're out there doing a mission, there's so much to manage, operate, understand, figure out every different thing that's going on, from weather to airspace to the actual hardware you're using. The DroneSense makes it easy with the logging and all the other things, because it's really should be just directly the focus on what is the already a very stressful, high stakes operation, and make it really easy. Right?
100% agree. And again, we want customers to have the muscle memory with the software. And this is what we talk about public safety. You've got to have muscle memory with your tools. You are 2 o'clock in the morning on the side of a road, whatever the scenario is, you can build the scenario how you want, but you are going to have divided attention. You're going to have people pulling at you for decisions for whatever it is. We want our customers to be able to focus on the core mission at hand, especially with the drones, because again, we're operating aircraft in the national airspace system. And DroneSense, we are striving to be leaders in the safety, public aviation safety, as crewed and uncrewed assets are more closely working together. And that's been one of the really exciting things that I've seen is that, crewed aircraft and uncrewed assets are now starting to work together to coordinate airspace, to have that radio communication on VHF, to really take it to the next level where both of these systems can just be that much more effective.
I think you're hitting on this as well. And I want to also ask the question, where do you see the biggest needs with all these different agencies that you work with?
That's a hard question. I mean, listen, it generally, I feel a lot of the time it does come down to budget. And we're often working, again, I almost think back to myself 5 or 6 years ago. We've got agencies that are starting programs, they're buying hardware. Some of them are starting to reinvent the wheel. And again, as my team comes in and I come in, we're just trying to help them build out that program. It's not just about DroneSense, not at all. It's about building out an effective, safe program. And so we want to give them the resources into, again, LETA, the Law Enforcement Drone Association, phenomenal organization, drone responders, joining drone responders. It's a 501 nonprofit. You can get access to their resource center with over 800 program documents. And it really comes full circle, Joe, to just being a community, right? And this community wants to help first, and we want to do everything we can to make sure our brothers and sisters are safe and have the tools and resources they need.
So, David, what makes a effective bridge between frontline officers and drone program success?
I think fundamentally it's communication. And it is the UAS program manager at that agency, making sure that the frontline officers, firefighters, hazmat techs, search and rescue personnel, whatever it is that there's their area of operation or their mission set, is everyone on the team needs to have the knowledge and the understanding really of what the drone is capable of, and frankly, what it's also not capable of, right? Because we're still flying drones that are flying for perhaps 25 to 30 minutes of flight. And so there needs to be some realistic expectations set about capabilities and really what the drones can do for the frontline team members.
So, David, you've always been a great teacher and patient and grounded in real experience. How has your style helped you build trust with agencies that you support? Your patient, your practical teaching style, and rooted in real world experience. Has there been a key point to building trust with agencies you support? And could you elaborate on how this approach has fostered some of those relationships?
Yeah, you bet, Joe. And that's a really good question and something that we actually talk about a lot on our customer success team. We are unique right now in that our entire customer success team, from the CSMs to the learning and development specialists, we're all rooted in public safety. And so, I would like to think, and for my customers that I have the opportunity and the honor to work with, is there's a level of authenticity as I introduce myself and tell them about my background. And it's not about, oh, look at all the great things I've done. Not at all, because they're not hearing my failures throughout my entire career as well. But it's just, having a deeper understanding of like, wow, Dave has maybe been in my shoes, or he deeply understands the space or the concerns or the obstacles or the blockers that we're going to have on this team. And the other thing too is it gives us the opportunity, frankly, just to be real with our customers. We don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. If I don't know something, Joe, again, I'm not an engineer. I'm a retired cop, customer success, a manager of customer success, but I don't know everything, and I'm learning every single day, and everyone on my team are lifelong learners. So we will tell a customer, we don't know, but let us get an answer for you. Let's learn together as we grow and help you scale your UAS program. So it really is, I think, one of our people, and not just customer success, our account management team, our account executives, the entire team is laser focused on that help first mentality with our company. And Joe, I'm looking here up to my left, and I have a poster printed of the DroneSense core values. And I look at those often, almost every day, as I, reset and think about the work ahead of me for that day. And the first core value listed on that poster is help first. And I really believe with all my heart, we're not perfect. There is no perfect solution on the market, but we are living that mission of helping our customers to the best of our ability.
Yes. That's awesome. Really appreciate that, Dave. Now, what do you enjoy the most about being a mentor to public safety teams learning this technology for the first time?
Trying to help them overcome the same problems that I had on my team, right? Of like, hey, let's guide you in this direction or think about this. And I'll tell you, this is the first example that came into my head as we're talking about this question, is I'm working with a lot of agencies that are just starting to build a UAS program. And one of the first things I ask them, this is awesome, this is great. Do you have scheduled and defined training days for your drone team? And many of them are like, no, we haven't gotten approval yet. They're just not, there's no buy-in. And so I really push the program manager because I ask, okay, does SWAT have training days? Yeah, they're 2 or 4 days a month. Does Bomb Squad? Yeah, they're 2 days a month. Does the motors, do they have training? Like every other specialized unit has dedicated training days, and UAS should be no different. So again, that's what I'm trying to bring in is this real world perspective and experience to help agencies that are just starting their programs to really navigate some of maybe the minutia that they hadn't thought about. They're focused on hardware, focused on the mission, but we want to help them build out the rest of their program.
Quick break to highlight whether you're flying, sharing, or managing your drone program, DroneSense has everything you need. It's hardware agnostic, so it works with a variety of drones, sensors, and other hardware, giving you ultimate flexibility. And with the ability to collaborate across agencies securely, DroneSense helps you scale from 1 drone to 100 plus, supporting you in everything from routine calls to disaster response. To learn more and get started, check out the link in the description. Right. Create a successful drone program. Now, what advice would you give officers who are skeptical about adopting this technology?
I would say, give it time to see the wins, and be open to that new technology and understand that the drone is not, a magic bullet that's just going to come out. It's not, the end all be all. It's another tool in the tool bag, and it is highly effective, incredibly useful for so many different kinds of missions. But that doesn't mean the drone is going to give you a win on every single call that you're integrated with the UAS team. So be patient. And I would also encourage those officers, go back and have a hot wash to debrief the call, like talk about what went well and what could have done better, because oftentimes we know that there are gaps or a lack of communication between the forward teams in the field and the UAS team. And so again, continue to communicate and try to effectively, create that line of communication that's going to make the next mission that much more successful.
Nice. Well said. Love that. Now let's do some reflections and some Boulder legacy stuff here. So no, I know you were with Boulder PD during some of the city's most high-profile and emotionally charged moments, such as the JonBenet Ramsey case. While I know you can't speak to these cases directly, how did serving through that time shape your perspective on leadership and public safety?
I was a young police officer in 1996, about 6 to 8 months on my own, when the JonBenet Ramsey case happened in December of 1996. And, I was very collaterally involved, just doing scene security, guarding family members, things like that. Ended up coming kind of full circle back much later in my career, 14, 15 years later, having an opportunity to work on that case as an investigator in the major crimes unit, specifically DNA and trace DNA. Really what I learned through working on limited on that case and a number of other cases is it's all about effective communication and making sure there are no barriers to communication between teams, whether it's the criminalists to the detectives, whether it's the district attorney's office to, the leadership at the police department. We just need to be able to communicate effectively and keep those lines of communications open. Frankly, even when tensions are high and there's pressure to deliver, the right decision needs to prevail. And so much of that is, again, having that emotional maturity, that emotional intelligence to take the step back and to listen and make sure that you are effectively communicating your point in a constructive, meaningful way.
I like that. It's a communication. Wow. Yeah, no, this is great. Now, looking back on your law enforcement career, what are you the most proud of?
Again, the first thing that comes to mind is graduate 2008. I had the opportunity to attend the Hazardous Devices School in Huntsville, Alabama, as I had talked about. And I think that graduation day from HDS was the most physically and mentally challenging 6 weeks of my life. And having the opportunity to make it through that course and come out as a bomb technician or hazardous devices technician, that really stands out as one of the premier moments in my career. And I could certainly list a number of others with convictions that we had received in court, but speaking personally about, an achievement that I was really proud of, myself, that would be the first thing I think of, because all of the convictions, it was a huge team between officers, detectives, district attorneys, everyone else. But I feel really blessed to say, Joe, that I do have those moments and things I'm really proud of serving those 26 years.
Nice, David. Now, what values did you carry over into your work today?
So we really hit on this, right? I mean, my entire team, we are dedicated to the mission. We know what it's like to run an operation. Mission success is paramount. And so again, as I look at our core values, be your best self, help first. I mean, that is how our team lives, breathes, and operates every day. Again, we falter, we fail. We are not perfect. We own our mistakes. We improve upon our mistakes, and we are very transparent with our customers and really want to collaborate to learn what we can do better. But it is 100% that help first mentality that is just so special with this organization.
Nice. Now, for agencies just getting started, what's your single biggest piece of advice?
Don't reinvent the wheel.
It's already been made, right?
It's been made. Collaborate, right? And again, it's a community. The resources are there. Make telephone calls, go to the LETA conferences, go to trainings, like start to network and build, your kind of trusted advisors in the community. And I'll tell you, I have incredible customers in Texas that will help agencies in New York, California, helping Pennsylvania. I mean, just dozens of examples of people just selflessly offering any assistance they can to ensure that other agencies are successful with their UAS programs. And it's actually really inspiring. It has been one of the neatest things to see on a recurring basis because no one says no, right? Everyone wants to help.
Now, we didn't get to really dive into some like new forms of technology like DFR and such, but that's going to be a whole other episode. But I do want to ask, what do you think the next year holds for DFR adoption across this country?
Again, really timely question, Joe, as we are looking at how fast things are moving, really at the federal level with the airspace authorizations, regulations, the FAA stepping up, and really things are changing rapidly and dramatically now because it's all about obtaining the BV loss waiver, right? Agencies want the BV loss waiver for their DFR operations. And, it is iterating to the point where the waivers are being authorized or signed within weeks, not 6 months, sub 200 foot, without advanced detect and avoid, with ADSB only. Like there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of speed coming into this, but still with a mindset of safety and safe operations. That has to be the driving and the grounding factor in all of this. Huge adoption coming in the DFR space. Also, this is my opinion, there are going to be significant advances and changes in hardware over the next 12 to 24 months, providing just different parameters that we are not used to with the current hardware on the market.
Yes. Now, David, I know this is kind of closing up here, and you've shared so many good insights today, and such, and you have such a colorful, and such an interesting background. Now, if folks wanted to connect with you more and learn from you, what's the best way to find you?
Yeah, that great question. Listen, I am on LinkedIn. This was not a thing when I was in public safety, but I do recommend for public safety, if you're comfortable, create a LinkedIn profile, get up there, find me, easy to find. You can always reach out to any DroneSense team member. You can get on the website, go ahead and email the generic website, and you can reach out to me directly. You can always reach me, and Joe, I'm just going to say it. My email address is david.spraggs, Spraggs, at DroneSense.com. Again, david.spraggs at DroneSense.com. Please reach out to me if you need any assistance at all. And I mean this whether you're a DroneSense customer or not, right? This episode is not just about DroneSense. It is about the world of public safety UAS operations. And I'm going to tell you, I interact with agencies a lot. They're not flying our software. And you know what? We still are honored to help and support them to the best of our ability.
100%. Keep on driving that community forward and cultivating it across this country and beyond. Excellent. Well, David, hey, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights and you being such a subject matter expert and a friend. So I just love having that. And to everyone listening today for Dronecast, thank you for your time. Real excited to have you here.
Joe, thank you so much for having me today. Really appreciated the opportunity and enjoyed our time connecting. And let's get a cup of coffee here in the near future.
Sounds great. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Take care.
Thanks, Bill.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Dronecast, rethinking public safety one drone at a time. I hope you found today's conversation insightful and thought-provoking. As always, we want to hear from you. What do you think of today's topics? Do you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes? Don't forget, you can reach out to us on LinkedIn at Dronecast, rethinking public safety one drone at a time, or head over to DroneSense.com/Dronecast to share your thoughts and get more content from the show. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, rating, and sharing it with others who are passionate about the future of drones and public safety. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.